I'm not gonna lie, I was a little reluctant to make this video to speak to a specific demographic that is called retirees or seniors. Now, I'm 51 years old as of right now making this video. Last year when I turned 50, I got an AARP card in the mail, and it got me to thinking just the other day as I was looking at YouTube. I was presented with a video that showed retirees, or the point of the video was to let retirees know that AI is a good opportunity for them to make some extra money online. Now, this is what I talk about here on this channel. The focus of 30-minute marketing is for anyone, no matter the demographic or psychographic, which are just fancy marketing terms to identify certain age groups, or the idea of a certain mindset of a group of people and the problem that they have, and then trying to figure out how you could help them solve it as a marketer, which is what I classify myself. And again, putting myself in a group of folks that are looking at a problem and saying, how can I help them solve it by creating content? And that's the way I look at myself. So I spent over 30 years working information technology as my career, and then moved and shifted to what I do now, making all my money online, specifically as a marketer, creating content once I identify a problem, and then creating that content to help people solve that problem, or to help people know that there is a solution to that problem through the content that I create. And all that sounds a little complicated, maybe. And it was a little complicated for me in 2017 when I started this journey. So again, speaking directly to the topic of this video about helping retirees or people that see themselves in a group. And like I said, I'm 51. My mom is in her 70s. My grandma is in her 90s. And when I think of retirees and seniors, I think of my grandma. But again, there's my mom. And then now there's me, as I am closer towards that retirement age or being a retiree. So I wanted to make this video to let anyone and everyone know that sees themselves in that group, or doesn't just see themselves in that group, is literally in that group. So in the US, what is it now? 63, 64, 65, maybe 67, where you start retiring, when you talk about like Social Security and figuring out how all that works as far as a fixed income, and then thinking about making extra money, or just making money because you are no longer maybe in the workforce, if you will. You have just sort of transitioned out of your own accord, or maybe you were pushed out, or you feel like you have been pushed out. And that's what this video is about. The focus on being an entrepreneur at 50 and as I move forward. So I'm 50 now. When I'm 60 and when I'm 70, I plan on doing the exact same thing that I'm doing right now, which is creating content to help people, figure out how to solve a problem that they have and find the ultimate solution. And I do that as a marketer and a content creator. And I like to show people, again, no matter their age or where they are in their life, how to do that through creating content. And right now, this is 2025 as I make this video. So if you're watching this next year, 2026, or even in 2027, know and understand that AI has only been around for 2, 3, 4 years, in the sense of having an AI LLM, a large language model, that we're able to just open up and chat with and have a one-to-one conversation, give it a question, and have it give us an answer. Now, whether or not that answer is correct is kind of where we still are right now. And I don't think that will ever change, because you are still dealing with a computer, but it's not a search engine. And going back and looking at the way the internet grew, and we got accustomed to going onto the internet when we were looking for information and typing into Google and then getting a response as a list of websites or directory or a directory of information that we could tap into. Now we have AI even inside of our Google search where it gives us information that it's pulled from all the sources and sort of given us an answer. And again, whether or not we should trust that answer is really kind of where we're at right now as I make this video. And I want to dive into the way that I do videos here on 30-Minute Marketing by actually showing you the opportunity in front of you, by actually showing you how I do it and the resources that I have that I think can help you. So if we go to the first instance, and I'm going to use ChatGPT, and in this video, I'm going to show you ChatGPT, Google Gemini, Grok, and Claude as the AI LLMs, or the artificial intelligence large language models, or the chatbots, or our AI assistants that allow us to give it input and then it gives us back output, or we give it a question, ask it a question, it gives us answers, and we can go back and forth, and we can use this in my world, which I think that everyone, once they see how this works, can do the exact same thing that I do, which is create information, create digital products and sell them, and let people know that I am here learning, doing, and then teaching the stuff that I learned and the stuff that I did so that they can see exactly the steps that I went through in that process. So then they can shortcut their time and their effort and not have to make all the same mistakes. And if I go to ChatGPT, and in this example, I just want to use what we're talking about in this video. How do you start with AI to help you make money for retirement income? Now, this might not be a question that you would ask, but what I wanted to do was I wanted to show you just a way of thinking to frame a question or to propose an input to AI to understand how it actually works, sort of at the basic level. Now, I call this my prompt psyops philosophy because inside of a AI LLM like ChatGPT and the other ones we're going to look at, what you're doing is you're prompting the AI. You're prompting it for an answer. So in this case, what I've done is I said, how do you start with AI to help you make money for retirement income? So it's really a statement, but it's also a question, but it's not a natural question, which is the point and purpose as well of an LLM, is to take natural human input and then give you natural human output in the form of just text or a narrative that answers your question, which is why for some people it feels so real, or some people get the idea that everything that it says is correct when even it's not. So there is a little bit of danger there, but it is getting better, and you just have to be aware of that when you're working with the interface. So how do you start with AI to help you make money for retirement income? Great question, and the fact that you're asking it with retirement income in mind, see how I set the context there? Because I could have simply just said, how do you start with AI to make money? But I specifically set the context for retirement income. And this gets a lot deeper, and you can seriously go down a rabbit hole and get in the weeds really quick with this. But I wanted to start with this simple example to just show you and say, how do you start with AI to help you make money? Because that's for generically everyone. You set a specific context for retirement income, just like I did at the beginning of this video. I staged this for everyone and anyone that is the same in the same type of age group as me, possibly even your 30s and 40s, but really 50 and older, because you start thinking about this thing called retirement or being a retiree, right? About, I guess, around this age. Like I said, AARP sent me a card and YouTube started serving me up this content. So ChatGPT, or the AI LLM, comes back to me and says, great question. And the fact you're asking it with retirement income in mind is smart, because the way you start with AI is different if you're chasing quick cash, building something that lasts, or if you're chasing quick cash versus building something that lasts, to give you peace of mind later in life, it's different how you start. So it'd be kind of like in the world of investing, looking at short-term investments versus long-term investments. They say, the older you get, the less risk averse you get. The younger you are, the more risk you can take. People say those things, whether or not they're true or not, up to you as a person, as an individual, right? That goes into what I was talking about earlier, your psychographic versus your demographic. When we talk about, understanding people and where they are and who they are and grouping them together. So we come back and the AI says, here's a no fluff roadmap to get you started with AI for retirement income. Start with leverage, no reinvention. You don't need to become a tech wizard or build AI tools from scratch. And remember, this is just the AI giving you ideas, priming the pump, if you will, right? Getting the wheel, setting the wheels in motion to understand how AI can help you. So you don't need to become an expert or a tech wizard or build AI tools from scratch. The money is in using existing AI tools, ChatGPT, Claude, Gemini, Canva AI, Manus AI, etc., to create digital assets that work for you while you sleep. AI can rewrite content. AI can create digital products. AI can help with faceless YouTube channels, podcasts, or courses. AIs can analyze markets. So you still have to decide which one of these things that you want to do, but you can leverage AI. You don't need to reinvent the wheel. Pick the right income stream for retirement. Ask yourself, do I want a steady, a low effort income or scalable growth? For most retirement focused people, the sweet spot is passive, semi-passive, digital product and affiliate marketing. I raise my hand for affiliate marketing and digital products, right? But understand that I also do all these other things. I am an affiliate marketer. I do use PLR, and I use AI to upgrade that PLR or to flip it and make it my own. And it's okay if you don't know what PLR means or any of these other things. That's not the point of this video. The point of this video is to introduce you to the idea, the concept, and the opportunity that is AI as a quote unquote senior or retiree. So learn to prompt from profit. And this is really, right, what my prompt PsyOps frameworks are built for, turning AI into money systems instead of just toys. Instead of just playing around on the internet or playing with your computer, like I used to hear when I worked in IT, even though I was making, good money, I was just playing with a computer for what most people thought, right? So here, my philosophy for prompt PsyOps, and again, that's my philosophy and part of the training that I provide, is to truly think about it in the form of frameworks and how to use AI as a marketer to craft a better message or a clear and more concise piece of content as you learn how to become a marketer, creating content, understanding that you're creating content for the purpose of channeling desire, and that's what they call it, right? Moving people towards a solution. So all this stuff comes, right, with just jumping in, and as it says here, action step for today. Pick one area where AI can replace work you'd normally pay for, like writing, design, or research. Use it to create a single digital asset this week, like a 5-page guide or a YouTube script. That one asset can become the seed for your retirement income stream. Now, what you do need to know and what you do need to do is you need to understand like how this all works and the steps to actually start at the very beginning and the required foundational building blocks for building a profitable online business, with profitable meaning that you make more money than you spend, which is what I teach. And I teach that through my affiliating 9-step roadmap, where I show people how to build a profitable online business, starting with traffic, then letting people know about an offer, and then adding those people that have seen that offer and who you found through traffic, which is consistent content. And that's a terrible circle, which is consistent content down here. Again, using AI to help you figure out what type of content to create and how to craft clear, more concise, or better content. And then walking through this roadmap to get up here to profit and scale your business, which is ultimately the solution to make more or extra money using AI. So we go back and again, how do you start with AI to help you make money for retirement income. This was ChatGPT. I wanted to show you that when you look at Gemini, you put in the exact same information. The interface is really the same. So let me go back to ChatGPT real quick and just show you. I'll open the sidebar because this is like the interface here. And this is all of the things, all of the features that are inside of the ChatGPT LLM. So all of these are free, by the way, to get started, and then you can upgrade for more use. So for me, I pay for ChatGPT because I use it every day. It's the one that came onto the scene first. It's the one I started using. It's the one that I prefer just because I'm the most comfortable with it. It's the one I'm most comfortable with. So I use it, and I also bought a subscription. So all of my stuff is sort of organized and categorized and saved here inside of ChatGPT, which you can see over here on this left-hand side. So Google Gemini is their LLM, their large language model. This is the free version, but you can see it sort of has the same sort of look and feel, and you can collapse this menu, which I mostly leave collapsed. And I ask it the same question: how do you start with AI to help you make money for retirement income? Getting started with AI to help you make money for retirement income can be approached in two main ways: using AI as a tool to manage and grow your existing finances, or using AI to generate new income streams. Here's a breakdown of how you could begin with each approach. Now, understand that Gemini has taken the approach of financial planning to grow what you have, or to use AI to generate new income streams. So in this case, the input that I've given Gemini, because it doesn't know me as well, and that's part of, once you decide and use one of these and you purchase it, you can actually have it start to memorize or learn about you, which scares a lot of folks. But really, this is where we're at in the world. We've been online now for, like I said, I was in that IT for 30 years, but the online world, once you come online, it knows everything about you. So when you pick one of these AI LLMs, these large language models, or your chat assistants, I like to call ChatGPT my robot chat buddy. And I brainstorm. I call him a brainstorming buddy. We go back and forth all the time. So I've turned on memory, and it started to learn about me. So it understands that when I ask a question like this, I'm looking to generate new income streams. I'm not in the world of financial planning and investing. So if I was to create content about financial planning and investing, then it would start to learn that about me, and it would understand the nuance when I ask it a question. But here, in this case, Google Gemini has given us a different output because it's given us information about financial planning and investing. And this is how it can help us, me and you, right, create content and create these products that we can generate revenue with. Because yes, you might be asking yourself or thinking, well, if anybody can come and ask these questions and get answers, then why wouldn't they just use the AI? How am I going to make money off of digital products? Just like the books behind me, I still buy them. I've been buying them since Amazon Kindle became a thing, right? Digital books and PDFs, but I still buy books because I want those books. I want the experiences. I want to see an expert or someone that has gone through the process of, like I said earlier, following the LDT model, where they learn something, they did something, and they teach something. Learn, do, teach. Because I want to see how someone solved a problem and how they got over the hurdles, so I can shorten the time and the effort that I have to put into getting to that solution. That's why we have digital information products. And while the AI is great, the AI is still generic. It is not me. It is not you. It does not have our experiences. So this is Google Gemini, and here's Grok. How do you start with AI to help make money for retirement income? Using AI to generate retirement income involves leveraging its capabilities to create, optimize, or automate income streams. Here's a concise guide to get you started, tailored for someone new to AI. Understand AI's potential for income. That's number one. Learn the basics of AI is number two. Step number three, choose an income stream. And you can see how vastly different these are. It's no different than, again, Grok, Gemini, ChatGPT. It's no different than you asking this question to three other people and getting three different answers. Okay, so understand that you're not getting the same answer from all of the different AIs out there. That's why lots of people, depending on what topic or what niche, and that just means what group of people they're speaking to, prefer Grok, Gemini, or ChatGPT, or even Claude. When you look at Claude, how do you start with AI to help you make money for retirement income? It goes into immediate income opportunities, content creation and marketing, freelance services, building scalable income streams. It talks about digital products, and it also talks about investment related AI applications. And again, it's diving into what it thinks based on the way that it's been trained by the people that created it. Because remember, people created this. So when you toggle the sidebar over here, you can see it looks the same because they're copying each other. That's Claude. We'll go back to Grok. Down here, they have a little toggle sidebar, and it looks the same, right? You still have all these different features inside as they're competing against each other. But really, the point is an AI LLM, the opportunity here is to tap into a database, if you will, of all the knowledge that the AI has learned and its ability as an AI large language model to take natural human input or questions and then give you feedback or give you answers. And then you could take that. And again, the last one or the first one that we started with, and the last one that I really focus on, or the last one I want to show you because I focus on it, is Chat GPT. But for me, it all goes back to this idea and this concept of using AI based on a proven strategy, traffic to an offer, put people on an email list. This is my proven top strategy with 9 steps that you need to follow through to build a profitable online business. I do have a school community. There's a link in the description for that. Inside that school community, I have a classroom with my top strategy and my affiliated 9-step roadmap. Also my prompt psyops philosophy, where we use AI to craft better messages or more concise and clear messages. And again, inside my top strategy, what I do is I break that down, and I have a section here called AI and other magic money buttons, where I talk about how to tap in or how to address the elephant in the room, which is AI, and how to use it. But I also walk through and I have a manifesto for exactly what you should understand about creating digital products and who you're actually serving and how to best serve them. The LDT model, this again is how you learn something, how you do it, and how you teach it. And then I talk a little bit about what you need to really think about, even as a retiree or a senior who may understand that they don't have a lot of years left. Or again, me being 50 or 51 years old, I think about this sometimes. I have less time than I used to, but I still know that before I start building something, I need to understand the strategy and I need to build solid foundations. So AI is a huge opportunity. And if you made it this far in the video, thank you. And go ahead and let me know in the comments. Let me know, right? Sound off like if you consider yourself a retiree or a senior, or if you are retired, or if you're watching this video and you're 50 or you're 40 or you're 30, but the message resonates with you, no matter the language that I've been using about talking about retirees or seniors, but really thinking about long term, how does AI allow me to create income? It allows you to create income by being a resource of information that you can tap into using regular human language to get answers, and then evaluate those answers, and then take that and say, okay, let me test this out. Let me actually try this and prove if it works or not, and then let people know about my journey. And again, this speaks to no matter who you are, no matter where you are, you don't have to be an expert to do what I'm doing or what anyone else on the internet is doing. You just have to be willing to learn it, do it, and teach it, and be honest about it and show people step by step what worked, what didn't work, and then how they can actually solve their problem. Because as Zig Ziglar famously said, if you help people get what they want, you can have anything in the world that you want. Check out my school community. I think you'll enjoy it. There's a link in the description. I would love to have you inside there to get a deeper dive and direct access to me to really discuss exactly how AI is this huge opportunity, no matter what age you are. Thanks for watching this one, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye.